How's it going, Blues fans? My name is Nico Pauly, the creator of Blue Blue Blog here on YouTube and on Instagram as well. And I am so glad to be here again to tell you all the St. Louis Blues take a very important 2 points here against the Edmonton Oilers in a 3-2 overtime victory. Fun game after an absolutely horrendous, embarrassing game against the San Jose Sharks. So embarrassing, I post my own face. I mean, though I have this YouTube thing, I post my own face with a thumbs down, eating crackers. I think I was, with the mustache. I was so embarrassed that I posted. I don't think I've ever posted my actual face besides when I met Curtis Joseph on my story. And maybe a couple times talking on my story too. But first actual post on Instagram, my face, I said, screw looking for a picture. That does not deserve my effort because they did not give us an effort against the San Jose Sharks. But they rebanded so hard tonight. So hard. Great effort from the St. Louis Blues and a fantastic effort from a handful of guys on this team. Braden Shen, who had a rough first period, bounced back in the second and third periods, making some great plays. Jake Neighbors always playing great. Toropchenko laying his body down. Tyler Tucker. And honestly, shout out to our whole D crew for playing really strong tonight and, getting their bodies in the way and letting their partners kind of take over and control the puck from there because these hits along the blue line and just like slowly stopping these superstar talents, which on the broadcast they reviewed too, just our D and our forwards kind of, throwing the body a little bit when they have the puck, slowing them down and letting us get, possession of it. That disrupts the entire play. The Edmonton Oilers are for sure transition, coming in the zone, full speed type of team. St. Louis Blues did a great job, disrupting that. Anyways, let's get into the game. First period, wasn't fully paying attention. I was driving back from work, but it seemed like it was really good back and forth at this point. St. Louis Blues would get outshot 9-6 this one, and the only goal would come from the Edmonton Oilers, scoring the first goal of this game, where Ekholm was at the point, and he just took a clap bomb, and it went in. I believe Binnington was screened on this one. You have to clear the front of the net, especially the guys, our own team in front of the net, because that was huge. Binner would have saw it because he was coming off the post and couldn't really see that puck well. He was a little slow. If he were to see that puck, he would have moved a little bit quicker with urgency and got there to make the save. Fortunately, he did not. The St. Louis Blues are down 1-0. Eventually, then again, the St. Louis Blues would let up another goal, this time from Evander Kane. But luckily, the play was called dead because of a high stick from Evander Kane. It was called dead immediately, I think even before the Edmonton Oilers score on this one. So, no question there. But luckily for the Blues, it's still 1-0. This first period ends, and I'm thinking, obviously our record when getting scored on first, I was thinking to myself, this St. Louis Blues team does not have the dog in them. And though people could complain about defense, they could complain about offense, they could coaching or whatever, I just think this team, this season, one of the biggest problems, and I'm going to say this right now, no clutch gene, no reaction from goals against. No reaction from goals against. Our record when we scored on first was 320 something and 1 or something like that. Absolutely atrocious and embarrassing. But when they came out in the second period, you got to give them credit because they were working. The St. Louis Blues in the third period would get 3 power plays. Yes, sir. 3 power plays on this one. And obviously on one of them, Braden Shen would score. He'd score on a one-timer. In his position. He hasn't scored on the power play since November 30th, I think they said. So Braden Shen finally scores again on the power play, which we haven't seen in forever, to tie this game up. It was a great shot too. Toropchenko in front, trying to look for a tip, kind of goes off over the pad, a little bit off the pad of Skinner. The Edmonton Oilers review it, and they challenge the play for goaltender interference, and it does not go their way. I believe before this or after this, I honestly don't remember, the Edmonton Oilers would score to make it 2-0 again, Yet the St. Louis Blues would have a goaltender interference challenge and win this one. It's only because that Hyman took the stick of Binnington past the net, and they left that 5-hole wide open. Though Binnington did open it up, went our way. Since Edmonton kind of screwed up and didn't win that challenge, we would be gifted another power play. We would have a chance. Kyrou, who had a couple, this is his second big chance on the power play. This period, open net, right over his stick. Bad luck on the power play for Jordan Kyrou. Saying power play a lot, Jesus. Eventually, the Blues would just keep hamming it, and they keep working. They outshoot the Edmonton Oilers 17-13, I think, this one. Or this period. Then here comes the third period. Big period for the St. Louis Blues, as the Kings and the Jets at this time are tied. They are tied. They are tied at this time. And that's the biggest factor right now. And to start the third period, Kapanen comes in on a 2-on-1 with Braden Shen, sauces it over, and Braden Shen hits the back of the net. And the Blues are winning 2-1 against the Edmonton Oilers. Now, from here on out, I think it was an all-Oilers show. They're deactivates, and the Edmonton Oilers get to work, and they're trying their hardest, but the Blues are doing a great job trying to keep them outside. Binnington making some fantastic saves here. Blues are pretty much just trying to dump it, chip away, and if they have an opportunity to skate up and do something with it, they would. I believe in this period they get a penalty kill, and they kill this penalty kill a little bit later, but eventually with 5 minutes left to go, McDavid would steal the puck from Parayko in the corner, and you do his thing and find Draisaitl across the net on the goal line to tie this game up. From here on out, the St. Louis Blues are pretty much holding on, securing a point in overtime. And at this point, you have to know that the Winnipeg Jets did do us a favor and beat the Los Angeles Kings in regulation. So if the St. Louis Blues secure 2 points this one, they're 3 points back with a game behind. Still, the Blues have one of the easiest schedules, coming up, and some pretty fucking big games. Big fucking games coming up. So, you know what? For the future, would have been best to lose. But, playoffs are fun. They're fun. They're just fun. And I hope DA kind of doesn't derail on his plan. Anyways, this game goes into overtime, and the Edmonton Oilers would win the face-off. I always like to keep track of who wins that faceoff and gets puck possession first, because I believe your chances go from 50-50 in overtime to 80-20. Whoever gets control first off that faceoff has a much better chance to win the game. The Edmonton Oilers winning it, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit. Oh shit. You have McDavid and Draisaitl, they do their thing. They wear out the Blues. They come down. They have a couple chances. Bouchard has a chance. I believe it was Bouchard. I don't remember. Against a really, really, really tired Blues squad right now. He lets one rip far side, and Binnington makes a great blocker save. And I mean such a clutch blocker save between him and the shooter. It was great. It's fantastic to see this from Binnington. He's been clutch all damn game. And then the Blues wouldn't get how do I say it? A high stamina, I guess. Everyone is out of stamina. I'm just thinking NHL right now. Everyone is out of stam. Everybody was out of stam. Whoever was on the ice got worked so hard they ran out of stam. And luckily, Kyrou has this puck somehow in the center ice. He loses it. It goes kind of along the boards, and they go for a change, and Brandon Saad hops on, and he's there for a breakaway. And you know Brandon Saad, Mr. Clutch lately. Mr. fucking Clutch. Slides his puppy through the 5-hole, and the St. Louis Blues win this one 3-2 in overtime. Massive 2 points to get themselves within 3 points of the Los Angeles Kings for that final wildcard spot. And Jordan Binnington deserves player of the game for this one, because he stops 36 of 38, posting a .947 save percentage, and he was, god damn, lights out. He should be, maybe an overreaction, Vezina candidate. He is fourth, I'm pretty sure, in goals saved above expected in the entire National Hockey League. You know who's, I think, 17th? Joel Hofer. You know what, actually? Hold the phone. I have homework up right now, so excuse me for a moment, but I'm just going to go on Money Puck really quick. If I go to Money Puck and I would look at the goals saved above expected leaders, I wonder who'd I see. Let's go to goalies. Okay, so I was a little bit wrong. Okay, with 25 or more games played, is it going to show? It's not going to show my screen. Okay, with 25 or more games played, Jordan Binnington sits at 52 games played, 5th in the entire league in goals saved above expected with 14.2. The only goalies ahead of him with 25 or more starts are going to be, or 25 or more games played. Same thing, pretty much. Sergei Bobrovsky, 14.9. Jacob Markstrom, 15.5. Demko, 20.4. And Connor Hellebuck, 28.5. I think Connor Hellebuck would probably... He's got a fat load on him right now, and he's playing really well. I have him in fantasy, thank God. But I want Vezina, but Jordan Binnington has to get voted on. He has to be in there. He has to be in there. If he's not in there, it's rigged. It's rigged. If he's not in there, it's rigged. I'm just letting you know right now. If he's not in there, it's rigged. He plays absolutely out of his mind, carrying this team yet again and giving us a chance yet again. Now, if we were to make the playoffs, we would be facing against the Dallas Stars. Do I think we would win this series? No. But playoffs are fun. So who cares? Do I think we could steal a series or two? Absolutely. Absolutely. When the depth is rolling, when you have Shen and Saad and Kyrou and Thomas and Neighbors and Buchnevich and potentially Toropchenko grinding it out, and maybe if you get Snuggerud coming in, and maybe if you get Bolduc using his speed and skill, and Parayko playing well, and if Crew could find the back of the net, and Falk could get his head out of his ass, and Letty could do whatever, and Binnington and Hofer just play like they are, yeah, they could win a series or two. But that's a lot of things to line up. That's a lot of things to line up. It's like me winning the lottery, pretty much. It can happen. It can happen. I could see it happening, right? But it's unlikely. So, yeah, obviously this game gets me hyped. Really quickly, let's just go over the next games for the St. Louis Blues. After this victory, thank the Lord. So the upcoming schedule, I know that Thursday they would be facing the Nashville Predators. Correct? Yeah, Thursday is going to be the next game against the Predators. Then we play San Jose yet again in San Jose on Saturday. Then Sunday we will be in Anaheim playing the Ducks. Then Wednesday we play Chicago. We play 3 bottom teams in the next 4 games. Nashville is a must-win. San Jose, I'm not even going to count. Anaheim is a must-win. Chicago is a must-win. If you could muster up 6 points in those 4 games, massive. Then they play Carolina next. After that, on the 12th, and then they play Seattle on the 14th. And then the 17th, which is the final game of the regular season, which it all might come down to, is the Dallas Stars, which would be crazy to see a potential playoff matchup right there. That's so cool. That's actually sick. That's sick. No, I don't think the Stars would kind of start anyone. I think they'd rest them, and the Blues would be, full force ahead. It's probably going to be a must win from that point. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. The Kings, their record is 38-25-11 with 87 points. The Blues is 40-31-4. So more wins for the Blues. Actually, really impressive, to be honest. That's pretty impressive. That's not too shabby. And it's crazy to think realistically that this team could actually hit 90 points. I would actually have their season be done at around 80. If you would ask me my preseason projections, maybe 80 to 85 points. But the fact that they could potentially hit 90 with, X amount of games in hand. How much is that? 5, 7? Wait, no. 5, 7. Yeah. 7 games with potential 14 points on the board. That could be 98 points, and they could be just off of 100 points, that's absurd to think about. Okay, but that's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. But I'm going to say they need to win 5 of the next 7 games to boost them to 94 points to potentially make playoffs. Ooh, that's tough. Okay. Anyways, it's been fun. One game at a time. That's all you can think about. One game at a time. That's all from me. It was a fun one. I'm glad to be posting, even though I'm absolutely gassed. Still have homework to do. And have to work tomorrow. Ugh. Okay. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I love every single one of you. Really, really, really do appreciate anyone coming in. Shout out to my boy, Nathan and Mac, for commenting on all my videos. You're the man. Have a good night.